All right, it is time to announce the winners of my first ever short horror film contest. I want to reiterate again, we had over 180 submissions. So 180 plus different films were created and submitted to this contest. That is an absolutely astounding number. I said in my Instagram post, I would have been happy with around 20 to 25. You guys far exceeded my expectations. Truly grateful, and there were some truly amazing films. It was honestly very, very, very hard to sit and award only 3 films first, second, and third place. It was very, very tough. So really quickly, I wanted to touch on the judging criteria and how we went about basically selecting the top 3 winners. But on top of those 3 winners, I did select 3 superlative winners for best scare, best cinematography, and best story. So what I personally did is, because 180 plus films is too much for everyone to watch and judge at once, I narrowed it down to my 50 favorite films. So out of that whole bunch of films, I watched every single one of them, and I wrote down my top 50. From that top 50, we made a list, and we had like a judge's scorecard, and we had a bunch of my friends come over, and we had basically a viewing party for the top 50. So basically how it quickly broke down is, we judged the film on 3 things: scare or creep factor, the creative or the narrative, and then the overall production. So basically sound, color, shot selection, kind of just overall production. So those 3 things were the categories for judging. So each film, we would watch each film, we'd give a 1 out of 5, 5 being the highest for each category. Say I gave a film 9 points out of those 3 categories. The other 4 judges, we tally up our scores, 9 plus 8 plus 11. It'd give a film a total score of, let's say, 55. And the top 3 highest scores were then placed between first, second, and third. So once we got those 3 highest scores, we all kind of came together and decided what film would be first place, which one would be second, and which would be third. It was pretty much a unanimous decision across the board what would be number 1, but for a moment we did have a little disagreement, so we ended up writing who would get first or second on a piece of paper, and we threw it into basically a beer box. All right, all votes for first and second place are going into the Blue Moon box.
And who has the pleasure?
What do we got? We got D. Have you? Oh, you can't. D still can't decide. He still can't decide. And so for these films I'm about to announce right now, if you want to watch the film or find more about the director or production company who did it, I will list all that information in the description below. So below will be the first, second, third place, the superlatives, the link to the films, the Instagrams, all that information in the description below. So without further ado, I'm going to announce the winners right now of the first ever Jacob Owens Short Horror Film Festival. First place, Mother's Instinct. This film, we just all decided together, top to bottom, was the most complete, from the overall production to the creative of the story to the scare or creep factor, just all around was just the number 1 choice. It was pretty unanimous. So congratulations to Mother's Instinct for winning the first ever Jacob Owens Short Horror Film Festival. I really did get the chills when you saw that child, and it was done in 1 take, so it also took a special place in my heart because I love 1 takes. A bunch of my short films are 1 takes, my music videos are 1 takes, and to pull 1 takes off the way they did is not easy, and it was complete, from the cinematography to the story to the the little chill factor when you see the girl and the guy grab the girl. Just really well done, and props to you guys and congratulations. So second place, and this is where we were deciding between first and second. Second place, Safe Space. This one was extremely well done as well. It was just on the other side of, like, it didn't really scare any of us, and so ultimately it kind of lost in that category. But from the overall production to the story to the alien, which was absolutely stunning. I still don't know how you guys did that. It was truly, truly beautiful. Looked amazing. Great story. It just, unlike Mother's Instinct, for all the judges watching, it didn't give us that weird creep, eerie suspense or scare factor, if you will, that Mother's Instinct did. So it got second place, but still an amazing film and well done to you guys. It was hats off. Like it was really, really good. So congratulations to Safe Space for getting second place, and kudos. And now third place, we have The Music. The music, again, just really well done overall, from the production to the story to that bone-chilling scare. It got several of the judges pretty good there at the end. And but yeah, just the overall production, the lighting, the elongated takes, the building of the suspense, the creepy music to really really enhance what was going on. When you juxtapose some old-timey kind of music like that with horror, it always has a really unique feel, and everyone was in agreement that music was a really nice touch to just amping up the suspense and just making everything a little creepier. Again, there was an elongated kind of take in there. I love longer takes. That was well done. They're not easy to do. So just from the story, overall production to the scare, it made a few of the judges jump. It was really well done. And that one, The Music, came in third place. And again, it was so hard to honestly pick those three places because there were so many other films that were just really well done from top to bottom. We were honestly super, super impressed. We didn't know what to expect going into this, if it was just going to be a bunch of trash entries or just a bunch of films that weren't good in any capacity at all. And honestly, across the board, there was a lot of really, really good entries. And so if you didn't win, don't be discouraged. You never know. You could have been right on the verge of being that third or second place. So I'm excited for next year when we do this to make it even bigger and better. Way more prizes, way more cash, way more sponsors. Just really build it up and actually turn it into an actual film festival. All right, now for the superlatives: best cinematography, best scare, and best story. First up, we'll do best story, and that best story award goes to Cam Girl. That one across the board unanimously made everyone in the audience laugh. And then after the laughter, a little bit of shock. And it just was, again, it was really unique. It was a great idea. It was funny. It was scary. We all were in agreement. It just struck us to be the most unique kind of story out of the bunch. So congratulations to Cam Girl. Best cinematography, we went with Safe Space. We were just, honestly, Safe Space got second place, but we had to give best cinematography to Safe Space. It looked beautiful. And then if you notice when you're watching the film, there's a change when he goes on the drug trip. They have that kind of drug trip close up in your face, rotating almost like he's floating. The color shifts and he's looking at his hands. And if you notice when he's looking at his hands and there's kind of that drugged out purple light, it shifts back to reality all in the same shot. So that change of the light in the shot, and then boom, he's in the spot, sees the people freaking out, and then boom, alien. Just really well done from the lighting, the composition, the color choice, just all around. We were pretty much in agreement. Safe Space did the best job when it came to the cinematography. Now, there was a lot of others that were really great in the cinematography space, and again, it was really hard to select these winners. There were so many great entries, so again, do not feel discouraged if you did not win. You don't know if you could have been one of the films we were talking about to be the winner for these categories. And lastly, best scare went to 1 Minute Nightmare. 1 Minute Nightmare across the board made everyone jump the most. I don't think it was so expected. It was creepy. It gave you a little bit of these creeps and goosebumps right before the scare, and then the scare happened and it made everyone jump. And I remember when we were watching it and judging, everyone was like, oh damn! It caught everyone off guard, and it definitely, I think, unanimously had everyone feeling like, yeah, that was the best scare. And so congratulations to 1 Minute Nightmare for the best scare. So yeah, those are all the winners of the first ever Jacob Owens short horror film contest. I promise you guys, we're gonna come back next year, bigger and better, way more cash prizes, way more outside prizes, film gear. We'll rent out a theater. I'm gonna try and do this big. I wanna turn this into a film festival for filmmakers across the world, because it was so fun to see so many filmmakers from across the world come together and create and submit these entries and just really you know, create films. I had so many messages of people saying this was their first film ever, or they got me to get off their butt, or that I got them to get off their butt and make a film, or finally do something and stop procrastinating and do this, or create their first film. And it was just really cool and humbling to see so many creators and filmmakers work, you know, on this contest and on this you know, competition, and I just want to continue moving forward and make it bigger and better, and really turn this into something that is gonna unify and bring together a lot of filmmakers and create a lot of new films out there in the world for people to see. I think it can be something huge, and I look forward again to the future. Thank you so much to every single person who entered a video into this contest. I truly appreciate it. It was so much fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you want to see all the submissions, all the entries, all the films, I'll also link that in the description below. We have a YouTube playlist where every single entry is listed in there, and you can go through and watch all the films. So again, thank you guys. Appreciate it for watching. Congratulations to all the winners. Make sure to check all that info in the description below. And that's it. I'm Jacob Owens for the Buff Nerds. See you guys next year. Bye.